how do you get to look like that? And I look like, just like I'm going to Publix. That's not demure. Your outfit is very much giving brat.
Hello everyone and welcome back to The Gay Agenda. And I know that sounds really annoying. No, I'm kidding, no. I'm kidding. It's very cute that we get to do it together.
Love that. I feel like
too.
that's like one of our many
I just feel like someone in their mind is like, damn, that's very gay of them. But yeah,
but they're still watching.
Right. Keep watching. No.
Keep watching.
Anywho, welcome back to The Gay Agenda. I am James.
Oh. I'm Ralph. I'm from the South.
Kyle. And today we are joining for the 14th episode of the podcast, which is wow that we're getting more and more done, which I love.
We're like halfway through.
It's just like gonna end at 28.
I was thinking 30. Oh wait, I did my math wrong.
No, 30 can be the first season closure. Second season starts off.
That's a lot.
That's pretty good though. That's like 30 weeks consistently.
That's like kind of hot.
Yeah, wow. But anyway, welcome back. For those who are new, I am James.
Kyle.
Period. Because this bitch thought he was Ralph for 2 seconds.
From the South.
I thought you were like Wreck-It Ralph, but anyway.
Are you calling me fat?
No, he's big and built. Like, goddamn.
Are you calling me
big and built?
B&B. Big back, big back.
Big bag, big bag.
B&B?
Big bag,
Like bareback?
No. Big bag. I'm kidding, no. Anywho, welcome back to the podcast. Today is an episode that we were looking forward to doing. We're still obviously going to do it, but so for those who may have been living under a rock, there is a very popular trend happening, but this is not the only trend to ever happen, and that's actually kind of what we're going to be talking about today. We're talking about that girl, Miss Jules.
Is that her name?
Like, her first name is Jules, yeah.
I don't know that.
I can't remember her last name right now, but I will put it right here because I don't want to not give credit. Duh.
She needs all the credit in the world.
Oh, she deserves it. Period. But we're going to be talking about being very demure, and not even just that, but like what happened with that. Like, how did that like kind of start? Like, what do we recall from that? Like, we're not trying to do like a factoid type of episode like we did with our last episode about Sabrina Carpenter, but we're trying to talk more about like just that trend in its own, but also the other trends that we've seen and just like kind of opinions about that, but like all positive, all great-hearted, all thoughtful. You know, like we're not trying to anything negative at all. I'm noticing a trend going on in the whole world of trends, which is kind of crazy, but yeah, and it's
like all over the internet.
It's a newer phenomenon in a way because it wasn't the same back then. But anyway, before we jump into that, I am going to plug my socials real quick. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at JAIME, at JAIME_music_, and you can find my music and music videos at on SoundCloud and on YouTube at official JAIME Music. And Kyle, what are your socials?
My Instagram and Snapchat, which are my first and last name, KYLEBROYLES, Kyle Broyles.
Yeah. So those who are very much on the internet, very much on TikTok, I would hope that you've seen Miss Jules and her very demure trend that's been happening. Like, I think it started off as like just like something funny for her, or
it
like
really did because it blew up out of nowhere. Of nowhere. And
like,
I was scrolling on Instagram Reels, and it was the audio back to back to back to back to back, and I was like,
and then back to me. No, kidding.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
No, you're right. It was everywhere.
It's crazy.
And it's not a bad one. It's actually really funny to me. Like, I loved it. Like, at first I was like, this is fucking hilarious. Like, what are we, like, this is the newest one, but it's, like, funny as fuck. And then we started seeing it literally everywhere. Everyone and their mom was doing this very demure. And I don't even like saying challenge, because it's not a challenge. It's very easy to do that.
We were walking to the clubs like Bradley's and Southern before you guys got there on Saturday, like Jesus and I.
Yeah.
And this girl was like, "Oh my god, I love your guys' shirt." That was like a holy shirt I wore.
Yeah.
And he wore like that mesh one.
Yeah.
And this girl was like very demure, and I was like,
easily, like, see how quickly that, like,
not only do the gays know it, but like everyone else knows it. Like, it's crazy.
It is crazy, but I also love that like she's gotten so much positive feedback out of it. And she deserves it, honestly. Like,
she does. It did help pay for her transition, which is amazing. We support fully 100%. Like, I love what the internet can do for some people. And you know what? I did get educated about this. I am not gonna lie. I will probably speak for maybe 1% of the internet right now. I did not know demure was a word.
I honestly, I'm not gonna lie, me either. But also,
I don't know if that's
I don't study words like that.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
don't
like
read
an
the dictionary
SAT,
all the time.
you know,
No.
writer.
Also, too, it was kind of like funny because someone literally on TikTok was like, "It's kind of crazy that we keep like pulling back words or creating words or something like that," and that to that like kind of thing where it's like, "Oh wow, like we should just start adding words to the dictionary every week." And I was like, "That's fucking hilarious."
We should make a word.
I also didn't know, and I still don't know if it's an actual word.
I still don't.
I mean, it
really,
is because I looked it up.
I
But like,
still don't really know like the actual definition.
it means more like conserved or like kind of like conservative, but like more just like it's not like sexy, it's not cunty, it's not bitchy, it's like quite literally the opposite of all
I would
that.
say like royal, like how royalties were back in the day, like Bridgerton. It's very much Bridgerton.
That seems like not even that. That seems like Bridgerton, and that seems like pretentiously classist.
Well, I meant like how they are like so like not classy, but like very like high upscale, like very
Okay.
like done up and everything like that. Like
Yeah, in their type of way.
yeah,
Okay, that makes
Not
sense
like
to what
classes,
you're saying.
but
Yeah,
like
but yeah, it's very much like
physical
a
appearance
conserved
wise.
kind of appearance, conserved person,
natural,
conserved
very
girl.
like
Yeah.
proper. You know, okay, good example. I guess you could say the Princess Diaries, how the grandma was
I don't
from
know who the fuck
Princess.
the grandma was.
Oh my God, Julie Andrews.
I don't know. I've seen the Princess Diaries, but again, I'm not like a diehard for these random people that I've seen when I was 12.
I just rewatched it. So maybe
Oh.
that's why.
That's probably why.
It's on. I think it's on HBO.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's good. No, it's on Disney. Sorry.
I would hope so. I'm like, I don't remember what you.
I do have a Disney Plus.
I watched that shit back then.
I'm not a Disney gay, but I love Disney movies. But I
Okay.
hate the theme parks. Like
Yeah,
if you're,
so
a
just
true
like you're like a
Floridian-
general, you like Disney.
Yeah, like I
appreciate
like
Disney.
I appreciate Disney. Will I go to the theme parks? No. I think that they're overcrowded and overpopulated
And
just
overpriced.
overpriced,
Yeah.
overhyped. Even if you're a Floridian, like, no sis, I'm sorry, I'm not spending like a whole paycheck to go to a park.
I agree, but also to be very demure, like if you could just afford it and not care about it, because it's like you just are like whatever. It's
I'm
like,
not a socialite, so.
oh, I didn't know how to be a socialite to go to Disney Park,
You,
but
by the way, you do.
Do you
Those
really?
prices are expensive.
I'm screaming. It's called savings. No, that is.
I don't have any.
Well, let's not admit that on the pod. Anyway, so
Oh,
back to
Brat.
that, right? We have loved seeing and like hearing this trend everywhere. It definitely got to a point where even like I think was it Serena Williams or yeah, I think it was that did that. Even Jennifer Lopez did it, even though she has a canceled ass tour and no one really cares about her anymore. Granted, I don't really care what she thinks about that, but it's just like it's gone crazy.
Like every
I've not seen
every-
one get as big as it has
Yeah.
recently.
and still growing.
It's
Like,
still growing,
crazy
yeah.
to me.
But I do think that it's absolutely phenomenal that she like has gotten like Jules has gotten so much like following from it, and she basically could really turn into a full on influencer, like
Agreed.
for sure. And she was also
I would watch her
on-
videos,
She was on the Jimmy Fallon show, or like I think RuPaul was covering one of those late night shows, and she was
I
on
saw
it.
that.
Yeah.
I did see that.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. I'm like, talk about like how quick that worked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, amazing. And even RuPaul said it. I was like, that's crazy. But I love that, honestly. Like, get your cookies, girl.
Yeah.
Get your cookies.
The way I found out her transition got paid for was because of Ariana Grande retweeting
Really?
the post. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I think I found out about it because of RuPaul's moment with her on that show. Because I remember they talked about it, and that the whole like audience was applauding, and I'm like, oh yes. I'm like, that's amazing.
It's
Like,
amazing.
literally pro trans everything. Like, please, like if you need those types of services to feel in your own body, baby, get it done. You know what I mean? But it's also super expensive, so I'm so happy she was able to make a lot of money off of it. And I'm just happy that everything has gone well. with
She
that.
deserves
Yeah,
everything. about
everything.
it, everything.
And I can't wait to see what she does next. I'm excited. I want to know if it's just
I hope
like,
she doesn't die out like
Yeah.
most trends do.
I agree. I hope she keeps it going. I hope she finds a way to
Yes.
market.
If she
capitalize
needs
off of
help,
it.
she could hit us up. Like
What the hell are we gonna do?
everything.
Just except for talk about her in the pod.
You
Which
know, I love to have optimism for us.
Oh, I think so. Too.
It's not a reality.
She might be. One
She
day.
might be
She
one
might be
day. I'm hoping, but that would be iconic.
That would be
If
iconic.
we were able to do that. And actually, here she. No, I'm just kidding.
And
But
coming in, it's Jules.
Hey.
So with everything that's going on with this demure energy, I feel like it is only appropriate to talk about like just the idea of
being demure.
that, but also like the comparison between demure and brat.
Oh,
I
yes.
think that demure is quite literally the opposite of brat, but also gives some brat energy. Only in this
Yes.
context of what is the TikTok
Have
energy.
you seen those Instagram posts of like what demure is, what being brat is,
Right.
and it's like one of them is like work related, and it was like being demure is like CCing people on emails. Being brat is literally forgetting to respond to an email.
No, 1,000%.
I can say I'm very brat in that instance because I look at the phone when it's ringing and I will be like,
And you still don't care.
anyone else gonna answer this? I would be like, tech.
Right.
Answer this,
Nah,
this
you
is your
said
job.
IT. Get with it. No.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But you work in
Yeah.
office, so is there an IT or no?
I mean, like in
You're-
corporate,
No.
I work like at a store.
Right.
Do you think I'm corporate? See, that's very demure. That's
So
giving
that's
very demure.
demure.
How I act at work is actually giving very brat.
Yeah, actually, you play our gay podcast for all of your very seemingly straight coworkers.
Not even like the game. I play your voice notes that you
Oh my
send
Jesus.
me.
My voice notes are unhinged and so
That's
crazy.
brat right there.
Very brat.
Your voice notes are brat.
Yeah, I have a hard time being demure, but I do in the sense of professionalism with real life. But when it comes to just living it out, having a good time, whatever the hell happens,
So
happens.
us giving examples
I'm
of
very
it.
on that.
Let's talk about like what is what. I guess you could say.
Yeah, so I would say obviously we already know what brat is. If you don't know, brat is very much like a party girl who doesn't care what anyone thinks about her, doesn't care if your feelings are hurt, boo-hoo, cry about it later.
Wears shades in the
right,
club.
has a good time with friends, loves to
Is
be out with her girls.
Bitchy, but I would
But,
say
like-
it looks bitchy, but isn't bitchy, but will be bitchy.
Right, but isn't a bitch.
Yes.
Right.
Assertive.
Assertive.
Is assertive, looks like a bitch, but isn't a bitch.
Also scary.
But will call a bitch out.
Scary, also kind of cunt as well. But what would be, since I labeled what I would think is brat, what do you think would be demure?
Our outfits, for example.
Oh yeah, this is very much. Yeah,
Did not
This is very
know that
conservative.
we were supposed to be dressing very brat.
This was a choice, and I chose this.
You know what?
And
And
chose this life.
the choice worked. Like what?
Yeah,
Like
I chose this. I've always chose this. I've always forever been this way. Born this way.
you should go out in this outfit one time. Actually, you're like kind of serving.
Yeah, but like I don't know. We'll see.
Like I love the shorts with it. It actually
Oh
is like
hell!
so.
no. These
cute.
shorts are never gonna be seen with this.
You don't think?
No, I definitely don't think.
No, I know you don't. But like,
Bitch, that was the first one that you got me
that
at.
was a good one. High five.
Shanks you. Says how fucking dare you? No, but being demure.
Very.
is-
I would say like very classy. Very
but, like,
respectful.
examples, like
response
like,
to
I
that
don't,
email.
I don't sweat all over the fucking gym machines. That's
You
very
wipe up
demure.
your
I
sweat.
wipe them up.
Yeah.
Period. And I.
You don't play your music past 10 if you live in an apartment complex.
Right, or I don't play my music extremely loud when I know people are trying to sleep,
Mhm.
or I drive safely, being very demure as I'm
Yes.
driving. Unlike a lot of people who love to switch in and out of lanes like it's fucking Speed Racer.
Especially in Tampa.
Right, or
Shit's
it's like
ridiculous.
fucking Tron and these bitches are over here on these fucking like
y'all
light
act like you got
lights.
somewhere to go.
Right, like y'all literally-
already late, y'all
y'all
already
are
late.
literally going to McDonald's. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Quite literally,
Like,
I
why
would
do you have
see
to
them
speed that
turn
fast for a
into a
motherfucking
McDonald's.
cheeseburger, bitch?
To get
Like,
ahead of what? One person.
One
That one
person.
person being me.
Right.
Where I'm just getting a meal and,
you
then
know,
you get a 12-pack of
and-
tacos.
Right, I was gonna say, you know those bitches that be doing that are the bitches that order those big ass fucking meals, and you're like, oh, so you couldn't let me go through with my little one ass taco, but now you want to get your
My
fucking
shit's
whole
like
party pack?
$10 and your shit's over here like 24, 25.
Maybe not even that 50.
Like honestly, like
Yeah.
I actually think one 12-pack is probably like $20 now.
That's a little scary.
I might actually.
That's a little scary.
Oh, that sounds actually kind of good.
Okay,
I should
no,
look into
no.
that. No, that's
I
kind of
just got tacos for lunch, bitch. Can't have them two times in a row for both meals.
Yeah, but one.
I mean, you
was a Taco
could.
Bell.
True, but
You
like
said,
Taco
I
Bell
think
is
that's
worse.
benefiting you.
Taco Bell is
That's
way
it.
worse than like actual real tacos, like
That's
street
not very
tacos.
demure of me.
Not very demure when you want to have the same thing for dinner that you had for lunch.
Yeah, but I didn't buy it.
So it's different? That's crazy. But also, I think it's just like being demure is very much on that level of not what I'm wearing, but this is demure for me, not for other girls, not for other gay girls. Okay.
Oh, demure is actually going to bed. Like at a good time for work tomorrow.
Right.
Getting up to like get ready for work, like
not staying up super late.
Yeah, not going out the night before, which I
Right.
have been known many times at my job to
Right.
do. Like, which now I am very demure about. I do actually
Right.
not go out if I have to work the next day. Like,
Yeah,
like
thoughtful.
waking up to
Very thoughtful.
make yourself a coffee.
That's very cutesy.
Yeah, very cutesy,
Yeah.
very mindful
Yeah.
to not stroll into work
Yes.
hungover, helping with like I actually like help people with their eyes and shit like that. I can't be fucking hungover. Are you kidding?
Period.
I've done that before, and I'm not kidding. I literally fucked everything up for like all my patients. Like
They actually ended up coming out blind.
they actually
No.
ended up coming out like we had to like remake all the glasses.
Jesus Christ.
You know how much that is? Like I'm costing my company
That's
millions.
Crazy.
Like
You said like 4 glasses of millions. Okay, calm
those
down.
glasses are expensive.
Calm down. They're like fucking
especially if you
$300
get-
without
No,
insurance.
if you get like progressives, those are expensive.
Well,
Like,
I don't know what that is, so.
you don't have to worry about it. So don't even worry about it.
Right, that's not like field of specialty.
Those can cost like $800, $900. Yeah.
Definitely not millions.
Okay, well, when you mess up like multiple customers, it adds up to $1 million. Not like
It adds up to $1 million. It's crazy. Maybe like a couple thousand. Holy shit, $1 million.
you're like, how many people do you see?
Like one day I see like 75,000 people. That's insane.
I actually see 100 people a day.
That's crazy.
Oh my god!
But-
You know what is also not demure? This is so bad of me. Me not remembering people. Like
that is not demure.
is
That's very brat.
my
That's very
patients.
brat.
They're like, "Oh, I'm here to pick up," and I'm like, "Yeah, what's your last name?" And they're like, "Oh," they tell me, and it's actually my patient. I'm like, "Oh my god, I remember you." I have no
Yeah.
idea who the fuck it is. Like,
Right. No, I mean that's just like seeing tons of people though.
for anyone
You're not
who
gonna
is my
remember all
patient
of
and you're watching, please don't hate me. I actually,
Bitch, they're gonna get you fired.
HR's gonna be calling me.
calling, leaving voice memos, mailing things to your house.
Yeah, like do actually not come into work.
Right. Like don't. You're good. You've been relieved.
Yeah,
That's
love your duties.
You're good. Thanks. Anyway. No, but also we've noticed too, because this is, I feel like we spent so much time talking about Demure. There are so many trends that have been happening so quickly where people literally within like a couple days blow the fuck up. And it's on a level that is so different than what it was back then when like Vine was happening and when,
I agree.
you know what I mean? And like even when TikTok was first starting out, yeah, there was like maybe a couple good
Remember when
people.
it was like musically,
Yeah. But now it's like I feel like there's a new trend every other 2 weeks, and it's like sometimes hard to keep up with, but at the same time, it's interesting because it's like, what are we coming up with next? But are they going to make it sustainable? And
You know
is it
what
just going to
was
be a one hit,
a
or is
trend?
it going to be like multiple videos like Brittany Broski who made that shit work?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what was a trend before this whole Demure and BRAT? The Apple song by Charlie XCX.
Yeah.
Like the
But that was like
choreography.
I feel like that was the trend, but I think it was also combined with her release of the album.
You think?
Definitely.
I don't know.
If that shit would have never existed if she didn't release the album.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying
And
like
it
it's still
takes
a
like
trend,
it takes
but-
one yeah, true. It takes one person to make that happen.
It was me,
girl.
Sabrina. Now Charlie.
Someone get this man in like fucking I don't even know, juvenile detention. But anyway, I think it's interesting because I think that's something that we should be looking at, and whether like because I think Jules deserves this. I think she's been an amazing and something to tie off. Like I'll talk about this after I just like finish this little tidbit, but I think it's like we need to be like kind of thinking about like what is coming from their exposure to popularity. Is it because it's really good and it's funny and it's relatable and we like it, or is it because it's like other trends, like in general some of them have been very stupid and like the sense of like very little brain cells went into making that, you know what I mean? But like Demure, that took a lot of brain cells, baby. That's very Demure brain cells.
I
there.
didn't even know that was a word. Like
Yeah, so that's how many brain cells went into it.
yeah,
'Cause
that's
how
what I'm
yeah.
saying.
But like what I'm saying is like there are some challenges or things that have been coming out or trends that are just like, bitch, my dog could have done that. You know
Right.
what I mean? Or
I
like
agree.
a fucking piece of lint could have did that. You know
What
I mean?
is that? What is that trend that's still a trend? I don't know if you've seen it, but it's like, oh hey, can you guys watch my boss for me? And they just put the camera in front of their boss.
So
Like your dog could, my cats could do
right.
that.
They'd be meow, 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 meow.
Meow, can you watch my order?
Right.
Meow, 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 meow. And then I'm just sitting
I
there
just
like
feel like
jacking
it's
off,
just
like
oh damn. Well, we know what Kyle does for those cats. That's crazy. Not Demure like. Very not cutesy.
I don't see what
That is crazy. Next. No.
Keep it.
No. I might actually. I'm dead. But I just think that's something to think about. Like, there's nothing, like, I'm not trying to be no, like, type of way about it. I just think it's just interesting. Because, like, I think about things as a psychological perspective. Why do we find this so interesting? Or why do we gravitate? Or why do we socially accept certain things? And it's just interesting to think about because it's like, how does this come into fruition? But I do support majority of them, majority of the trends. You know what I mean? It's just certain ones. Yeah, get your coin, baby. Make it a living, girl. But it's also like you need to be sustainable. And if you're not able to profit or capitalize off of that, it's just gonna be another one that's like, oh, you remember this Vine? And then like
it's like your 15 minutes of fame like came and went.
Yeah.
And that's that. I think that's what we're saying is like we don't want to see that happen to her.
Oh hell no.
Like I want to see what else she's gonna come up with.
I think Jules is going to have a long-lasting influencer career. I think she will. She's giving that energy hardcore. So I'm here for it. I'm ready for it, baby. Get on a pod. Let's go. Let's get you. Let's interview.
Let's tag her.
Yeah,
but let's get the viewers to tag her so
period,
we can. Yes, that would be. Iconic.
I want to pick people's brain about that. I just find it so interesting. But yeah, I think like, yeah, but also too, the one thing I wanted to add was that there was literally someone who copyrighted Very Demure before Jules was even able to.
Oh, shit.
And I saw that on TikTok and she was like crying about it. And I felt horrible for her because I'm like, girl, you made that a thing.
Yeah.
And the fact that and I don't even know like who this person is. I know it's a man. His name is like Jeffrey or Jefferson or something like that. What the fuck? Like, why would you didn't even make this thing a trend, but now you want to trademark it and use it for your own thing, but you're not even giving credit nor any capitalization to the person who started it? That's crazy. That's some shit you'll get sued for. You know what I mean? Like, that is insane. But I did hear of an update that she got I'm assuming a lawyer or someone and a team behind her to be able to solve that problem and fix that and get her a trademark.
That's good though.
And yeah, so it's much better now. I was so happy to see that like update about it, knowing that she's like getting her cookies back, because that pissed me off. It's like, how dare you take from someone, especially a transgender person, who is trying her best to put something out that people can enjoy, and then you take that? Like, that's insane. Like, that's just crazy to me. Like, you have to have, like, the dumbest brain to think that you can get away with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyway. But anyway, on a better note, so happy that some trends are causing people that deserve that limelight to be in it. And I also think that it is so great that we're getting to see a lot more queer, LGBT, trans people in these limelights, because it is so important for representation. It's so important for.
And honestly, it feels like one nation's like coming together.
I agree.
Like,
I think so.
I think we're moving in the right direction.
Oh, 100%.
For these trends.
Oh yeah.
Like,
as long as it has thought behind it and it's funny enough, that's where I'm like, okay, I sit with that. I like that.
You're not offending anyone.
No,
it's funny.
It's funny. It's lighthearted.
Cutesy. It's
cutesy.
very demure.
It is.
Yeah.
And on that note, I think we've encapsulated her for now.
Yeah.
If we get updates though on what's going on, baby, we're gonna do a very demure part 2.
Yeah.
But we love Jules, love you, baby, and you deserve the whole world. So we're just going to leave it at that, I feel like. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's little episode. A little shorter than last week's, but no biggie. You know, we love to cover things that are within the LGBT, queer, trans community.
Right now?
And that too.
Seems like a lot in the LGBT
community. So much, and we love that. We deserve the trending at that point. So we love you guys so much. For those who are new, thank you again for tuning in, and please follow, rate the podcast, participate in the polls on Twitter or on Spotify.
Please share to all your friends, family members.
And for those again who made it to the end, we'll plug our socials again just in case. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Jaime_music_, and you can see and watch my music on SoundCloud and YouTube at official Jaime Music, which is all here. And for Kyle, what are your socials, babe?
It's just Instagram and Snapchat. It's Kyle Royals, KYLE BROYLES, my first and last name. Please give us a like. Please give us a follow. We love you guys so much.
Love you guys. And we'll see you guys on the next episode of
The Gay Agenda.
Adios, babies. Mwah.